In Hickory, within the last 10 minutes, the Catawba County Sheriff's Office announcing a new arrest. They are working overtime, of course. Zay Harris is now in custody. That now takes us to 7 people that have been at one time behind bars or in police custody in connection to this case. Authorities are still hunting for Toland Huff.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom video, and we're just gonna hop right into it. So today we will be giving an update on the Hickory mass shooting. As a update, I expected, because that's what I said in the last video. But obviously, just a quick rundown on what happened. In Hickory, North Carolina, it was a shooting, a mass shooting, because it was into a crowd and it injured 11 people and left 1 dead. Actually, so RP him. Older man, he was like 58. So RP to him. And basically what they said, that, they began firing at a crowd, 80 shots were fired. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then a little bit after, and obviously I reported in my first video, we had Garen Killian, who was arrested on first-degree attempt murder, who also has a history of doing this before, because he actually got arrested in April of 2025 for shooting at a Chuck E. Cheese of all places. So that's neither here nor there. But yeah, but like I had said in the previous video, I said the amount of rounds, and then they did say some fire was returned from people at the party, but the amount of rounds just made me feel like it was more than one shooter, and we have got that confirmation. So they arrested additional 5 people: Toland Huff Jr., Keandre Mack, Isaiah Mitchell, Zachary Bates, and a Zoe Braswell. Now, the 4 men are obviously, we're not gonna say obviously, but it's a typical situation. The 4 men are being charged with attempted murder, and Braswell is just being charged with accessory after effect to attempted first-degree murder. So, first, I do want to say, before I get into another detail that they have released, I'm trying to understand why they haven't. I mean, they all got booked on the same charge, so this is maybe okay. Yeah, obviously Killian told. Let's just let's just get out of the picture. I'm gonna get to that in a couple minutes. But what I mean by that is, why hasn't anybody got murders? Like, I understand, I feel like they, just trying to get them in-house so, they can get some more and more information. They already got some out of them, but get more and more information. But somebody's going to have to you get charged with murder, right? Like, somebody died, so just attempted murder. And the thing about it is, it has to be more than one count if y'all injured 11 people and shot at so many other, like, the whole crowd. Like, I would assume they get more than one count. Now, I don't know if they'll get a full 11, but at least one. I don't think. Now, I don't know how they'll. Well, maybe if they were using different guns and the different bullets, they might be able to tell who shot the guy that ended up dying. But somebody has to catch this murder charge. That's all I'm thinking. Somebody has to catch this murder charge. But another detail that we have known, according to prosecutors, some of the men confessed that their crimes were tied to a gang initiation. The gunmen are accused of shooting from a hillside into a crowd of about 100 people. Max bond was set for $500,000, Bates for $300,000, and Braswell for $75,000. All suspects were given restrictions if they were released, such as wearing ankle monitors. And Huff, who is also facing other felony charges related to the shooting, was given a bond of $1 million for one count and no bond on the others. So he definitely ain't. Well, being from I'm not even trying to be funny, but them niggas being from Hickory, Braswell might get out, because $7,500 is a good amount of money to be paying at one time, but that ain't the wildest thing in the world. But 30,000, 50,000, and 100,000, them niggas is not getting out on bond. Like, let's just be for real. Them niggas is not getting out on bond. Now, it's a Mitchell, who allegedly tried to flee from the police, was not given bond. He and Huff both have other pending cases with serious criminal charges. All suspects are due back in court on June 26th. Now, as I talk about it, obviously I'll put these pictures up for y'all, their mugshots and shit. But yeah, so it has been a gang violence. Now what's crazy, and y'all know, the reason I mentioned that, yes, he probably told, But I'm going to read it, and if it sounds fishy while I'm reading it, then we can just throw this out of here. But they posted the paperwork. Instagram page has posted the paperwork of allegedly, keep saying allegedly, Killian telling now, we get this type of stuff, niggas be lying all the time, but this one looks, I would have to say, a little official. It doesn't look the worst, but we're gonna read into it. So it says a search warrant was executed at 1125 Walnut Acres Drive and adjacent properties. Now, it's not the most clearest picture, so if I do a couple, just bear with me. Through multiple interviews during this investigation, Gary Nathaniel Killian, date of birth. Oh yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie, he could. They got date of birth in this bitch, everything. Yeah, I think this is it. Were identified as an individual responsible for being involved in the shooting. On Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025, Killian was interviewed after being arrested and charged for attempted murder as a as a result of the ongoing investigation. During subsequent interviews, Killian identified himself as having firsthand knowledge of the shooting and being in contact with Tolan Huff Jr., Keandre Mack, Zachary Bates, and Isaiah Mitchell, which were the individuals he identified as responsible for the shooting. I do believe this is real now that I'm looking at it. Just the wording and like the exact spelling of the names, and yeah, I think this is real. And they got some of this crossed out. So Killian stated he was with Kylie Simpson, another date of birth, alias Casco, who resides at, that would be his address, when Huff, Mack, Bates, and Mitchell arrived at another address a short time after the shooting that occurred at 1125 Walnut Acres Drive, Hickory, North Carolina. While at the residence, Killian observed Huff and Mitchell in the possession of firearms, and all four were speaking about the shooting up to the party. Killian stated Sampson, Huff, Mack, Mitchell, and himself accompanied them individuals fleeing to the Charlotte, North Carolina area just after the shooting occurred. The vehicle was driven to Charlotte was driven by Zoe Braswell, the woman. Furthermore, Killian attempted to touching and manipulating a weapon, a high-point handgun he believed was used during the shooting. Mack returned back to Lenoir following a trip to Charlotte, North Carolina with Killian to Braswell's residence located at 3401 Wayne Circle, Lenoir, North Carolina. I wonder why they didn't cross out her address. According to the cameras from Braswell's residence, Mack was seen carrying a bag from the trunk into the residence. Mack resides with Braswell at this address. Killian stated that Simpson, Huff, Mack, Bates, Mitchell, and himself were all active in a criminal gang network. Additionally, all these individuals frequently spoke by telephone about criminal activities related to their gang activities. Okay. It might be, it look like it's more than him just telling, we finna get into it. Hold on. Mackenzie Starnes told told SBI agent that days prior to the shooting taking place, she was with Kylie Simpson, Garen Killian, and Tolan Huff, and Ohama Hood, something like that, which is Ohana Calloway. Mackenzie states that she was with them at a residence located at 1629 Berkeley Street in Lenoir while they were together. Mackenzie stated they were discussing the party that was to take place at Walnut Acres. Guerin asked them to scope the party out. Guerin further states that he intends to air it out. When asked what Mackenzie told Guerin meant by that statement, Mackenzie stated that he meant to shoot the place up. On June 1st, 2025, FBI agent Jay Daniels spoke with Jalissa Weicott and Chelsea Isaacs. These some young motherfuckers. In that interview, Agent Daniels learned that Jalissa and Chelsea met with Garen and Tolan at a Waffle House on Friday, May 30th, 2025. And that means Tolan and Garen tell Chelsea and Jalissa that if Raekwon Malik Craig throws that party, they better watch out if they go. On Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025, Killian was interviewed after being arrested and charged for attempted murder as a result of the ongoing investigation. During the interview, Killian identified himself as having firsthand knowledge of the shooting and being in contact with individuals responsible for the shooting. Killian advised Tolan Huff, DeAndre Mack, and Bates and Mitchell committed the shooting on June 1st, 2025. Killian advised. Y'all heard that? According to Garen, Mitchell said, "We let the switches ring." Garen clarified "we" to be Mitchell and Bates. Garen also clarified "let switches ring" as pulled the trigger and automatic weapon was fired. During the in-custody interview, complicit individuals involved in the crime with Mack, Bates, Garen, and Zoe Braswell all implicated Huff in the shooting. During interviews with involved parties, it was stated that Tolan went to this address along with some of the involved parties who were interviewed. There's a fair probability items from attempted murder will be located inside the residence of Charlotte, North Carolina, to include a known suspect in an ongoing attempted murder investigation being located at this address. Has a probable cause to believe that a search of the residence could obtain Tolan Huff Jr. weapons, rounds, or firearm components from these shootings. Yeah, them niggas cook. Them niggas is cooked, bro. I don't even know if it's much more to say than that, but niggas is actually cooked. He told. Now niggas knew he was telling just because of how it happened. You feel me? You get picked up one day, like within 3 days, everybody else gets picked up. It's kind of obvious they would have just picked y'all up at around the same time, same day, if they already knew. But you told. Now I wonder how the police knew he was involved, but maybe it has something to do because he already did it. He has got arrested for this in the past, so they looked into him and it was easy to find out. But yeah, I think they all cook, bro. But yeah, but like I said, so reading the paperwork, we obviously, like I said, somebody's eventually having to catch that murder charge. I know somebody is. Now Killian probably will avoid it because he told, but somebody has to catch his murder charge and letting switches ring. When they search Huff's house and they find switches and buttons, and then they get a machine gun charge on top of that. So it's over with. But RP to die. But that's all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom video, and we out.